So this week's installment of Black Clover was very much a bridge chapter, serving to place our various characters where they need to be and keeping the story moving. With the last one, we had ASTA's Devil Union mode revealed to us in all its devilish glory as he absolutely shredded through the ancient demonic scourge. A visually fantastic chapter that saw Asta making short work of the creature and saving the entirety of the Clover Kingdom single-handedly, before deciding to head off to the Spade Kingdom to join the fight. This latest chapter picks up on that very same sentiment, but would have Asta soon admit that even with his current power, that sort of traversal would take ages to fulfill. And unfortunately, the devil Knot had left him with was incapable of such long-distance teleportation magics without the presence of his master. And for that matter, it's not as if his master is in any position to facilitate such requests. And before Asta could even consider an alternative, he'd swiftly pop out of Devil Union mode as to show just how unrefined the power still is, at least in regards to its duration, as it came undone faster than even he imagined. But as he hurtled downwards, he'd be met by the familiar magic of Finral. It was the Black Bulls here to lend him a hand. Meanwhile, the Spade Kingdom was in utter disarray as a number of low-ranking devils would flood into the world and be confronted by the limited number of mages on the scene. Their top priority was the protection of the civilian population, staking the very pride of their forces on this task. But they would not be alone in these pursuits, as several practitioners hailing from the Clover Kingdom would begin to assist them in any way that they could. But even still, there were just so many of these monsters to deal with. But just then, Fugelion would emerge with Salamander and incinerate the opposition, recognizing that despite pledging themselves under different banners, the desire to protect their innocence was all the same. But even with such supreme positioning, he too would be swarmed by several winged devils. Their numbers were seemingly unending, and they were now being overwhelmed. The people were doing their utmost to fight back, but were swiftly overtaken by the creatures. However, in a flash, a burst of magical power would come forth out of nowhere and decimate a few devils while simultaneously keeping their targets out of harm's way. This magic was incredibly powerful, as Fugelion was proud to see the source. Members of the Heart Kingdom, the Clover Kingdom, the Elves, and the Black Bulls would show up all together, and that was the chapter. Listen, last week we finally got to see Asta's Devil Union mode, and that was epic. But what I have been waiting for is Noelle to show us what she is now capable of. Here on the channel, admittedly, we haven't been covering Black Clover forever, so I haven't really had a chance to discuss my favorite character here much, but to know that her time has come, along with these other amazing characters, it's safe to say that I am hype. And I don't know if it's just me or not, but these chapters really do feel very short. Black Clover, more than any other series that we cover, the chapters feel really short, and maybe that's just because there's a lot less dialogue, there's more action shots and that sort of thing. I don't know, you guys maybe let me know. Right now especially, Black Clover is providing that action and that mayhem, and I am all for it. This is that good old familiar shonen formula at its finest, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. Just like I hope you've enjoyed our coverage enough to subscribe to Plot Armor with notifications on, so you don't miss a beat. And furthermore, for even more, you can check out our Patreon page linked in the description below and the card above. Because when it comes to bringing you some of the best Black Clover content on the platform, Plot Armor has you covered. As always, I'm Slice of Otaku. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.